Hey everybody, Carmen here with South Mississippi Aquaponics. Just a little short video update. Now I got my lovely wife out here helping me video this, so now I'm hands free. Alright, so anyway, just to step over here and show you what we got going on. This was the sucker tank. Basically, I was using the cracky method to start suckers to plant tomato plants elsewhere, and ended up the suckers just grew way too fast, and I ended up just saying forget it and let them grow. So I built a trellis system for them, and then we got tomatoes growing over here now. So this is the Dutch bucket system that's over here. You can see that I put the styrofoam against the buckets and everything, and there's a styrofoam cover as well where the net pots sit. The squash sit down into the net pots, and that's all perlite in the Dutch buckets as well. If you step over here, you can probably see, get a better view. Go over here. So you can see the perlite down in here, and the drain tube, the tubes, I don't have any emitters on there. That's just wide open with the pump going right straight into the perlite, little 3-inch net pots there. And those are sitting, that styrofoam cover is sitting on top of the net pots are sitting on top of that styrofoam cover, which is on top of the buckets. And then of course the sump, the return sump down here, and that's where the nutrient solution goes for the hydroponics. This is the aquaponics over here. This is the tomatoes. These are bush type tomatoes, and you can see they're kind of viney, but they're kind of bushy too. I don't know, but they're doing pretty good. Lots of blooms starting to set. We've got clusters of tomatoes coming on that have began setting, and all of these are going to be clusters as well. There's clusters over here and some more back up in there. I mean, and there's quite a few clusters inside that mass of tomato plants there. There's probably about 14 tomato plants in there in that small area. And it is crowded. Don't get me wrong, it is definitely crowded. But the aquaponics system seems to be keeping up. Here's the squash over here, the aquaponic squash, and it grew up, and I had to cover my tiki torch to keep the tiki oil from, getting on the leaves here. It's getting out of control, really. Lots and lots of blooms and baby squash, and these are just about ready. We've been picking squash left and right. You can see I've had to actually bind these squash up onto the fence because I'm running out of room to let them go. That one over there is ready to pick, and then the cucumbers over here, I had to build this trellis system, and we actually had to put some more of this wire on the back side of my neighbor's fence over on the other side in order to let the overflow, and it was just going crazy. So now he has cucumbers on his side via us, and that's a good thing. He enjoys it too. So I added this. I added the 50-gallon sump filter back, or not sump filter, but sump tank back in here. Honey, if you could just find a spot and be still. So then what I ended up having was a leak down here because this is resting on top of this, and it's causing a leak. I was losing water out of my sump and everything, and it was I just couldn't figure it out. Finally, I found it. Thank goodness. After about 4 days of losing water, biofilter is doing great. The fish are in here. The fish are in here. They're doing great. ran an air line from I went to a Farm Tech and got one of the larger air pumps, the industrial size air pumps, and that's what I'm using to air my hydroponics. And then I ran one over here as well to aid in air, getting the diluted oxygen, or shoot, I forget what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about, though, I'm sure. The oxygen level real high into the system, so better for the plants. But that's about it. Everything else that's in the ground over on the other side is doing great, and everything over here is doing great. Now I have had to add a little bit of nutrient solution here and there. Whenever I started noticing a little bit of yellowing, I thought that was a sign of potassium deficiency, so I added a little bit of potassium, granular potassium into the system, and that took care of that.